Hi everyone, welcome to the course on chemical kinetics. So in previous video, we have completed 32 questions. Now we will move to the next question, that is 33rd question. The rate of a chemical reaction doubles for every 10-degree rise of temperature. If the temperature is raised by 50 degrees Celsius, the rate of the reaction increases by about. So this type of question we have already solved in a previous video. Again, here what they have given means for every 10-degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction gets doubles. So if I increase the temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius, the rate of reaction gets doubles. Okay. So at 0 degree, if it is 1, then at 10 degrees Celsius, it will be 2. Then if I increase further 10 degrees Celsius, say 20 degrees Celsius, then it becomes 4. Then for 30 degrees Celsius, how much it becomes? It gets doubles and 8. And for 40 degrees Celsius, it becomes 16. And for 50 degrees Celsius, how much it becomes? It becomes 32. So for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate gets doubles. So since they have given only 10 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, so simply use this logic and calculate what they have to ask for. So here the option D, that is 32 times, will be the right answer. The next question, 34th question. In hydrolysis of an organic chloride in presence of large excess of water, RCl plus H2O gives ROH plus HCl. So alkyl chloride, when it is hydrolyzed, it gives alcohol along with hydrochloric acid. In this reaction, the molecularity and order of reaction both are 2. Molecularity is 2 but order of reaction is 1. Molecularity is 1 but order of reaction is 2. Molecularity is 1 and order of reaction is also 1. So if you observe here at left hand side, how you will write the rate equation for this reaction? Rate is equal to concentration of RCl and concentration of H2O. H2O is present in large excess. We will neglect the concentration of RCl and simply consider the concentration of water, because which is present in high excess amount. Hence, this KRCl is considered as K dash H2O, where K dash is K into RCl, that is concentration of alkyl chloride. So now if you observe this, the order of reaction will be 1. But what about molecularity? If you observe this, the number of reacting molecules will be 2, and hence molecularity is 2. As you know, molecularity means the number of molecules that are involved in the reaction is said to be molecularity, and hence for this reaction molecularity is 2 but order of reaction is 1. One thing remember, whenever we consider one of the reactant in a large excess, then the order of that reaction becomes 1 but molecularity will remain 2. Okay, so this is one of the example for pseudo first order reaction where molecularity is 2 but order of reaction is 1. So option B is the right answer. Molecularity is 2 but order of reaction is 1. Moving to the next question, 35th. The radioactivity of a sample decreases 90% after 10 years. What will be the half-life of the sample? So in this question, what they have given? First they have given time. Okay, so that is half-life. That is for 10 years. Sorry, they have given time. How many years? 10 years. Then Here concentration has been decreased to 90%. Then what would be the initial concentration? Suppose R0 is the initial concentration. Let us consider the initial concentration as 100 and final concentration, that is after 10 years. The concentration is how much? Decreases 90%. So initially it is 100%. Now it is 90%. 90% of that is decreased. So how much will remain? 10%. So initial concentration is 100 and final concentration is 10%. Okay. Then what will be the half-life of the sample? Since it is a radioactive decay, it is a first order reaction. What is the equation for half-life of first order reaction? That is T half is equal to 0.693 divided by K. You must know the value of K in order to find the half-life of the sample. So find the value of K first. So what is the equation? K is equal to 2.303 divided by T log of R0 initial concentration upon R final concentration at time T. Now substitute the values that you have taken here. So 2.303 divided by T is how much? 10 years log initial concentration is 100 and final concentration is 10. Now simplify this. 10 ones are 10 tens are. So what this equation becomes? 2.303 divided by 10 log 10. What is the value of log 10? Log 10 is 1. Therefore K is equal to 2.303 divided by 10. How much it becomes? 0.2303. Now you have the value of K. How much it is? 0.2303 per second. Now substitute the value of K in half-life because they asked you to find the half-life of the sample, and hence T half is equal to 0.693 divided by K is 0.2303. How much you will get? It will be nearly equal to 3. So the half-life of this particular reaction will be 3 years. Okay, so the option C is the right one, 3 years. Next question, 36th. Which of these changes with the time for a first order reaction? A. Rate of reaction, B. Rate constant, C. half-life. They have given 3 factors and asked you to find the factors which affect the first order reaction, means which will changes with the time. If you observe these 3 things, rate of reaction, of course it will changes with the time for a first order reaction, either it may decrease or increase, and rate constant, that will also increases or decreases during the reaction with the change in time. And what about half-life? C, that is half-life. Half-life of first order reaction. How you give the equation? 0.693 divided by K. Okay, here it does not changes with the time because your time is not there, and hence it is independent of initial concentration as well as time, and hence the option C, that is A and B only, this is the right one, because the half-life it will remain same for first order reaction. Okay, and hence rate of reaction and rate constant changes with the time for first order reaction. Option C, A and B only. Next, 37th question. The time taken for 10% completion of a first order reaction is 20 minutes. Then for 90% completion, the reaction will take. Now how to solve this question? First, find the value of K for this case. 10% completion of first order reaction in 30 minutes. Then solve this 19% of completion. The reaction will take how much time? Okay, so two cases have been given here. First, I will consider the first case. Okay, here what they have given, time taken for 10% completion. You know the equation, k is equal to 2.303 divided by t log r naught divided by r. Now initial concentration. What is the initial concentration? It will be taken as 100. Now how much percent of time has been completed? How much percentage of reactant has been completed? 10%. So how much will remain? R is equal to 100. 10% is completed. So 90% will remain as it is. Therefore, R naught is 100 and concentration of R is 90. At time, how much time? T is also given. That is 20 minutes. Now find the value of K by substituting these values. 2.303 divided by T means 20 log R naught, that is initial concentration, 100 divided by R 90. K is equal to, if you solve this, you will get 0.1151 log 100 by 90 is 1.11. Again simplify this, 0.1151 log 1.11 means how much? It is 0.0453. Therefore, the value of K is equal to 0.00521 per second. This is the value of K. Now you need to find time taken for 90% of reaction. You know the equation, that is T is equal to 2.303 divided by K log R naught divided by R. Again use the same formula, but here what I have done, I have rearranged the value of T and K. Now this time you have to calculate T 19%. Therefore 2.303 divided by K is equal to how much? 0.00521 log R naught is, it is taken as 100 divided by R is, so how you will calculate the R? In second case we have completed 19%, so 100 minus 19 is equal to 81. Therefore R is equal to 81. On solving, how much you will get? 442.03 into log 1.234. 100 divided by 81 gives 1.234. Therefore 442.03 into log 1.234, 0.0913, that is equal to 40 minutes. Okay, this is the value of T 19%. That is time taken to complete 19% of the reaction is 40 minutes. Therefore option A is the right answer. Next, 38th question. For a chemical reaction A gives B, the rate of the reaction is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 mole per dm cube per second. When initial concentration is 0.05 mole per dm cube, the rate of the same reaction is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 2 mole per dm cube per second. When the initial concentration is 0.1 mole per dm cube, the order of reaction is. Here again two cases are given. I will consider the first case. Okay, case 1. What they have given in case 1? For the reaction, this A gives B reaction, rate of reaction, let us consider R1 is equal to how much it is? 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. It is R1, 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. And the initial concentration is how much? 0.05 mole per dm cube. That is indicated by concentration of A naught. Okay, since reactant is A, we have considered A naught. That is initial concentration. Next, another case is given where the rate of same reaction is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 2. That is R2 is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 2. When the initial concentration is 0.1 mole dm cube. Okay, consider this one as also A naught, that is 0.1 mole dm cube. Now write the rate expression. As you know, the rate is equal to what? K into A raised to n. For first case, what would be the rate? Rate is given, that is how much it is? 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 is equal to K into 0.05 raised to n. And for this second case, what would be the rate? Rate is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 2 is equal to K into 0.1 raised to n. Call this as equation 1 and this one as equation 2. Now divide equation 1 by 2. Okay, divide equation 1 by equation 2. What you will get? 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, this is R1 divided by R2. That you have to do. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 2 is equal to 0.05 raised to n divided by 0.1 raised to n. 2 divided by 1.6, how much it gives? 1 by 8. On solving this, you will get 1 by 8 divided by, here also 0.05 divided by 0.1. How much you will get? 1 divided by 2 whole raised to n. How would I can write this? Okay, I will write here 1 by 8. How can I write 8 here? 2 cube. Shall I write the 2 cube? Because 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8 only. Instead of writing 8, I have written it as 2 cube is equal to 1 divided by 1 raised to n is 1 and 2 raised to n. Okay, I will write this in this form. Okay, now simply compare these three. 1 by 2 cube is equal to 1 by 2n. When 2n becomes equal to 2 raised to 3, when n is become equals to 3. Therefore, here n is equal to how much? 3. The order of reaction. Here n represents order of reaction. In this equation, you should know n is order of the reaction. Therefore, the value of n is equal to 3. Hence, the option B is the right answer. The order of reaction is 3. Next question, 39th question. The rate equation for a reaction A gives B is equal to R into A raised to naught. If the initial concentration of the reactant is mole per dm cube, the half-life period of the reaction is. If you observe the rate expression, what they have given? R is equal to K into A raised to naught. 0 means it indicates the order of the reaction. That I have already told you. It represents n and n is equal to 0. If order of reaction is 0, half-life period of that order of reaction is, how you give that order of reaction? A divided by 2k. Okay, A divided by 2k. Or you can also write it as R0 divided by 2k. But here instead of R0 they have given A. Hence A divided by 2K is the equation for half-life of a zero order reaction. Therefore, which option is right here? Option D. 39th option D is the right answer. Next, 14th question. Half-life period of a first order reaction is 1386 seconds. The specific rate constant of the reaction is half-life period of a first order reaction. Simple problem is there. T half is equal to, you should know the formula, that is 0.693 divided by K, where K is rate constant and T half is half-life period. In this equation, in this question, they have given half-life period. How much it is? 1386 seconds. What you need to calculate? Specific rate constant. So simply rearrange this equation. What you will get? K is equal to 0.693 divided by T half. Substitute the value of T half. 0.693 divided by T half is how much? 1386 seconds. How much you will get? On solving this, you will get 0.0005 into second, that is per second. Another way to write this formula answer is 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 per second. That is the value of K. Which option is right here? Option B, 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 per second. The next question, 41. A large increase in the rate of a reaction for a rise in temperature is due to. Why there is an increase in rate of reaction upon increase with increase in temperature? What happens when we increase the temperature? The kinetic energy of the molecules gets increases. When kinetic energy of the molecules gets increases, the number of collisions will get increases, since the molecules will get activated, and hence what happens? The rate of reaction gets increases. So which option is right here? Option A, decrease in the number of collisions. Wrong statement. Increase in the number of activated molecules. This is the right statement. The shortening of the mean free path. No. Lowering of the activation energy. Activation energy will increases. Okay. And hence the option B is the only correct statement. So option B is the right answer. 42nd. Which of the following statements is not true according to collision theory of reaction rates? Option A. Collision of molecules is a precondition for any reaction to occur. It is a correct statement, because for any reaction to occur, they must come close to each other and they should collide with each other. And all collisions, second one, all collisions result in the formation of product. This is wrong statement, because collisions occurs, but every collision is not effective collision. Only effective, the molecules which undergo effective collisions will form the products, and hence some will collide with each other, but they are not able to form products because they are not able to form bonds. Hence the second option B is a wrong statement. Then option C, only activated collisions result in the formation of products. This is right statement. Molecules which have acquired the energy of activation can collide effectively. This is also the correct statement. The only wrong statement about collision theory that is given here is option B. All collisions result in the formation of product. That is absolutely wrong statement. 43rd question. According to the collision theory of chemical reactions. Option A chemical reaction occurs with every molecular collision. Rate is directly proportional to number of collisions per second. Reaction in gas phase are always of zero order. Reaction rates are of the order of molecular speeds. So among these three, Which one is correct? A chemical reaction occurs with every molecular collision. This is wrong statement. Rate is directly proportional to number of collisions per second. This is right statement, because how many number of collisions takes place? As number of collisions increases, the rate of reaction will also increases. Reaction in gas phase are always of zero order. Wrong statement. Reaction rates are of the order of molecular speeds. It is also wrong statement. So the option B is the correct statement for 43rd question. 44th. The reaction rate at a given temperature becomes slower. Then free energy of activation is higher. Free energy of activation is lower. The entropy changes. Initial concentration of the reactants remains constant. Whenever the reaction rate gets slowdowns, it means its activation energy become higher. So when activation energy is higher, then the rate of reaction gets decreases, because it requires more amount of heat energy to get activated, and hence due to that lack of energy, the rate of reaction becomes slower. It occurs when activation energy is higher. Therefore, option A is the correct one. 45th. The number of collisions depend upon A. Pressure. It is dependent on pressure. B. Concentration. Yes. C. Temperature. The collision depends upon this also. Therefore, option D, all of the above, is the right answer. 46th. The minimum energy of a molecule should possess in order to enter into fruitful collision, that is known as effective collision, is known as, okay, this fruitful collision, it is also known as effective collision. Therefore, in order to undergo effective collision, it should require certain minimum energy that a molecule should possess. And if you have gone through the definitions, then you can easily answer this. That is threshold energy. That is the definition they have given. This is the definition of threshold energy. Therefore, option D is the right answer. The 47th. Activation energy of any reaction depends on temperature, nature of reactants, number of collisions per unit time, concentration of reactants. On what basis activation energy is dependent? Remember this, activation energy, it purely depends on nature of reactants. Okay, based upon that nature of reactants, we will increase or decrease the temperature, we will supply the energy, and based on that collisions will take place. And the concentration of reactant is also dependent on rate of reaction, but activation energy is purely dependent on nature of reactants. Based on that, we need to supply the activation energy. Therefore, the option B is the correct answer. 48th. Which of these does not influence the rate of reaction? Option A, nature of reactants. Option B, concentration of reactants. Option C, temperature of the reaction. Option D, molecularity of the reaction. Which of these does not influence the rate of reaction? Nature of reactants influence the rate of reaction because it influences the activation energy. Concentration of reactants, it increases the rate of reaction or decreases based on collisions. Okay, and temperature of the reaction, this is also influence the rate of reaction. Molecularity is the only thing which does not influence the rate of reaction, because molecularity means number of molecules involved in the chemical reaction. It may be 1, it may be 2, or it may be 3, it may be 4, so on. So whatever the number of molecules may involve in the reaction, but they won't influence the rate of reaction. The rate of reaction gets influenced by these factors, okay, but not on the molecularity. Therefore, option D is the right answer. So these are certain questions which are very important for the CET, NEET and JEE. So go through all these questions and try to solve some more and more questions on this chemical kinetics, because more problematic questions will arise on this chemical kinetics. I have tried to cover all the types of problems that may come to your examination. This completes the chapter chemical kinetics.